Well, what's up, guys? This is Daniel from Arms Family Homestead, and today's video is a little bit different than usual. Sitting out in the garden, been picking the okra.
And Houston from Arms Family Homestead.
Houston heard me talking to the camera. He had to come running up. Got another haircut today, didn't you?
Yep.
Look at that. Got it trimmed. Well, let me talk to the camera and tell them what I'm going to say real quick, okay? So today's video is a little bit different. We'll probably do some fun stuff towards the end of the vlog. Houston wants to go check his traps and things. But as the title suggests, we're saying goodbye to a legend. And
What legend?
so here's the thing. I've been on YouTube as a YouTube viewer and consumer for a long time. As a creator, probably about 5 years. But how many times in life can you look back and reflect on the past and nail down exactly what caused you or what influenced you to do something that's changed your life? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna deny, YouTube has changed my life. Our YouTube revenue, our YouTube audience, everything about YouTube has changed our life in so many ways. But I can look back on the history of my channel, on the history of me as a gardener, and trace it back to two people. And one of those, they're two YouTube creators, two guys that paved the way for gardening in the YouTube community. And those two people are Bobby from MHP Gardener. Bobby doesn't post a lot of videos anymore. He's posted maybe 2 this summer, 2 or 3, not very many. He used to, I'm talking like probably 2010, 11, 12, 13, he had, back in the day, he had 180,000 subscribers when no one had that many subscribers. But the second, and probably one of the biggest influences on me as a gardener and as a YouTuber, was Donald from the BayouGardener.com. And Donald, he was called the WebCajun on YouTube. And this week we lost a legend in the YouTube world. Donald was an awesome YouTube creator, and he taught me so many things. Donald passed away this past week, I think it was July 30th. And I remember back probably 2011, 12, 13, when I was really trying to learn how to garden, learn how to grow things. Before I ever had the greenhouse, when I was just out here playing in the dirt, I used to sit and watch Donald's videos for hours. He inspired me to grow so many different things in so many different ways that I had no clue you could do. Things like top pick purple hull peas. I watched Donald plant those with his, he'd get out there with his Kubota tractor and till it up, and he'd plant a row, skip a row, plant a row, skip a row. Please don't. Okay. And he would spread his garden out so he could use his tiller on his tractor to do things and plant those top pick purple hull peas and just do some amazing gardens. And then he would end up canning those purple hull peas just in his shop like it was no big deal. And I can honestly say Donald taught me how to can. An old man on YouTube taught me how to can. That old man on YouTube inspired me to start this channel. I mean, I would say Donald and Bobby are probably the two biggest influences, not only in gardening for me and me teaching my son and my daughter, and Weston's not interested in gardening, but just other generations and other people on YouTube. Those two guys were my inspiration to get started. I will 100% testify and say, without Bobby from MHP Gardener and Donald, the WebCajun, they're not ready yet, buddy. Donald, the WebCajun, I would not be sitting here as Daniel from Arms Family Homestead on YouTube. I may still have a garden, maybe dabbling in that stuff. YouTube wouldn't be what it is for me, so I owe those guys everything. And Bobby, the reason I found out about Donald's death is because Bobby posted a video out of the blue, and it was a tribute to Donald. And he kind of made this, he told the story about, Donald has probably touched so many lives across the world that we'll never know about. Because if you take look at it like a family tree, you start at the bottom, there's Donald and all the videos he was making 5, 6, 7 years ago, and people were spreading that knowledge, and now there's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that have been influenced by that stuff. And Donald paved the way for gardeners on YouTube. He was an amazing YouTube creator, and he's going to be missed by so many. So if you've not ever heard of Donald on the WebCajun, you need to go check out his channel. He's called the Bayou Gardener because he's got a website and a forum that all went along with his channel. But go check out the WebCajun. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box down below and a card up here. some of those videos are they're getting so old, but they're just classics. I've watched so many of them 2, 3, 4 times, and they're amazing. And while you're at it, go check out Bobby from MHP Gardener. I can promise you, I wouldn't have my greenhouse, my high tunnel right there, if it wasn't for Bobby's videos on YouTube. I watched that man do some amazing things in a greenhouse. And
listen, guys, comment, do a comment, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell. And we're gonna go down to the creek after we are done talking.
Yeah, after Dad gets through crying here. It's just so crazy. YouTube is a funny world. It's a funny thing. You get so attached to people, and I know our audience feels the same way about us. You get so attached to the people that you watch that they're like your real friends, and you have emotions for those people. And Donald's death is probably the first, I would say, YouTube creator that I followed and truly was inspired by.
Dad. That
has passed away, and I have so much respect for that man. What?
Daddy, can we show them my
You want to show them your figs? Okay.
Yeah.
So that's all of that. Let's wrap that part up. Houston wants to show you guys his figs, and then we've got to go down.
They're growing really well.
We've got to go down to the creek and check his traps, because I know they're going to be full of bluegill and green sunfish and all kinds of different things, so we can go toss them in our bass pond.
Look at all of them.
Those your figs?
Big. Yep.
Yeah.
Some of them.
You got some figs.
Some big ones have been getting old because they haven't been.
I think the birds ate some of them. You had some that were pretty close to ripe, but I think the birds got them. But yeah, your fig plants are doing really good. That's the self-wicking tub. This is the non-wicking tub. So
this one ain't doing that well.
All right, boy, let's go to the creek. That's where we belong. All right, that's enough of that mushy-gushy stuff. So Houston and I made it down the creek. We're going to pull his traps out. We'll probably pull them all out of the creek tonight. Maybe move them to a different location or something at a later date. It's kind of rough walking here. Hard to walk and talk doing this stuff. But I think he's probably going to have a ton of bluegill and sunfish and all kinds of stuff in these traps. We came down earlier this evening and put a bunch of bread in the traps, which is like candy deluxe for these bluegills. So let's go check his traps. Hey, Bella. What up, buddy?
Trying to get all the stuff out.
Clean water in there?
Yeah, I need clean water.
Okay. So we're going to save all these bluegill and take them over to our bass pond. If we catch any now, you got to catch them first, right?
Yeah. Oh, we got.
What you got in there?
Bluegill.
Bluegill.
And some crabs.
Let's open it up.
So we got 2 monsters.
Pick them up.
2 monsters.
Try not to get pinched.
That one claw is huge and one claw is small.
It sure is. He got one big pincher and one little, huh?
Yep.
All right. He's going to Bass Candy Pond. Look at this one now. This one's got some massive claws.
Try not to get pinched by that one, because you might bleed from that.
Woo!
That sucker.
Man, he's like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Look how dark colored that one is. He is like almost black, Houston.
Yeah. Don't you dare.
He's after you. Right. Oh yeah. Bass candy right there. And we got one little bluegill in here somewhere. There he goes.
The food in there.
All right. Let's go get your other trap.
Let's pull this one up now. Little bluegill.
Catch anything?
Yeah. Got some bluegill. That's a pretty bluegill, guys.
All right, let's get them in the bucket.
Okay. Let's take these out, guys.
Sticky there. Uh-oh. Oh, you threw that one back in the creek.
Let me get that.
Look at the pretty colors.
Let me get that. Are we going to put these out in different locations?
Not tonight, probably.
Probably tomorrow. This is a heavy trap. Oh! Oh no! We didn't get the bingo, but we got some.
You didn't do bad. Was there 1, 2, 3, 4? 4 in that one?
Yep.
Boy, don't fall in the water. Made it to our last trap. This is where we put our fish feeder over the creek, and I know you guys probably can't see them, but there are tons of little bass and bluegill and sunfish and everything in there. Let's help this guy get his trap up. Hey, you caught some little bitty ones. Not giants, but you caught some little ones. Get them all out?
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you guys can see how many are in there, but I bet we probably caught 15 or 20 and two really big crawdads.
Hey, look at those fish.
Yeah, I threw that leftover bread out there. Let's see how many come up and eat it.
Oh, they're in it. They're in it. Look at all the baby bass.
We started a little feeding frenzy in there on that piece of bread, Houston.
Yep. Let's throw a little feed out.
No, they've had plenty. We're not going to throw any out right now. Let's go put these fish in the pond, all right?
Okay. The bucket.
All right, chauffeur made it over here, got me to the bass pond.
I'm about to honk the horn.
Got honked the horn. Got all of our traps out of the water. We're not going to leave them out overnight tonight. Got our bucket of, well, muddy water and bluegill and sunfish and crawfish and all that. And darkness is starting to creep up on us. It doesn't look like it on camera, but it's starting to get dark out here. So we're going to go ahead and let these go. This is our bass pond. You guys have seen this 100 times. We bring all these bluegill and crawdads and stuff over here to feed our bass. We catch, well, in the past, we've caught some really big bass, like 5, 6, and up to 7 pounds out of this little pond. It stressed out, it got too hot, and really went through a drought in about 2012, and we lost a bunch of fish, but it's getting better. And we're feeding them, and it's getting better, and it's getting better. So, all right, Houston.
The more you feed them, the more the fish you'll have. Did you get the bucket for me?
You think you can get those in the water without spilling them everywhere?
No. I think so.
I lightened the load for you just a little bit. Hang on. Let me see in there. Look at all those yummy, I call those yummy bass nuggets. The bass are going to love them.
I think I'll do the crawdads last.
Well, I think if you wanted to, you could just dump it in the water, but whatever you want to do. Quickly, though. They're going to die out of the water. Don't throw them hard if you're going to throw them, okay? Throw them easy. So while Houston's moving all of our fish over into the pond, I kind of want to go back and touch on a few things I said earlier. So you know, Donald and Bobby were like my huge YouTube inspirations. They're the guys that I followed in their footsteps on the YouTube channel and things. But you know, this is kind of a legacy thing. What's your legacy going to be? What are you going to be known for when you pass away? When you're no longer on this earth, what are people going to remember you by? I mean, it's something to think about. I mean, we'd all want to imagine that, hey, death is a long ways down the road for us, but you just never know. Life is so precious. My mom was killed in a car accident at a young age when I was actually only 6 years old, and then my dad passed away of cancer when I was 21. They both lived fairly short lives. You just never know when your last day on this earth is going to be. So first off, what's your legacy going to be? What are you going to be remembered for? What are you going to do while you're on this earth to touch other people's lives, to make this world a better place where we live?
This would be perfect bait here.
It would
for
be.
Fishing.
It would be, but go let it go. So what are you going to do with your days on this earth to touch someone else's life, to make this world a better place? Because we all know it's not the greatest world. We live in a very...
Look at this monster.
He's huge, isn't he?
Let's let him pinch my dad's ear.
No, let's don't do that. Hold him up for the camera. Be still. Man, he's big.
Here, if we get him close, he'll be...
Yeah, let me finish what I'm saying. And second, as I was saying, we live in a very sinful world. So I know not everyone's Christian. We are Christians. My family believes in Christ. We believe in God.
Comment comment below if you think I should let these go or put them in my little
just
car.
let them go and let me finish talking. So, what happens? Where are you going to go if you die today? If this was your last day on this earth, do you know where you're going to spend eternity? If not, I encourage you to get plugged into a church somewhere. Get plugged into a good Christian group of friends. Hang on, let me finish talking, okay? Find yourself a good, strong Christian circle of friends or a good church. Get plugged into that. Here's the thing. Here's the options. Here's the way I see it. Not everyone's a Christian. Not everyone believes in Christ. Not everyone believes in God. We do, but here's the thing. If I'm wrong, nothing happens when I die. If you're a non-believer and you say nothing's going to happen to you when you die, you're just going to be gone.
Look at it.
Guess what? Hang on. Guess what? If I die and heaven's not a real place, then nothing happens. But what if I'm right? What if there is heaven and hell, and there are those places, and you don't believe, you're going to spend eternity in hell? So we don't want that, do we? We want everybody to go to heaven. We want everybody to live a good, happy life, and you know, just be happy, right?
Guys, look, I gotta show you something. This is something funny about this dude right here. See, he has one big claw right there, and he has a tiny one on the other side. See, tiny one right there, giant one right there. So let's let them go. Hopefully our bass don't eat these monsters, but they probably will.
All right, buddy. Why don't you wrap this video up for us, since I've been all soft and mushy. What, you gotta wait. You gotta let me quit talking first. So.
Okay, so like this video, smash the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell, and we'll see you on the next video. Peace.